Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. One of the better and more interesting matchups that could be made in the heavyweight division has been made. It has been confirmed, see on screen, Brit Dillian Whyte will take on the unbeaten Australian Lucas Browne on March 24th at the O2 Arena in London. I'm really excited about this one. This is a good matchup. It's not often we get two contender level guys who are about the same level squaring off in the ring. I mean, even just 2 days ago, check this one out on screen, it was looking a little bit dicey with what was going on given Dillian Whyte's tweet to Lucas Browne saying he was holding things up. But their promoters Eddie Hearn of Matchroom and Ricky Hatton of Hatton Promotions, they've clearly worked through the issues. And from the sounds of it, money was the sticking point. I guess generally it is in boxing, because it is prize fighting after all. Given all the acrimony in recent months between the two on social media, the initial reaction has been a little bit muted from both boxers. Lucas Browne, he's posted this, and Dillian Whyte, he's posted this. But I guess they are saving some of the fireworks and their dislike for each other because it's there and it's real for the first presser. So the statement that has been put out by Matchroom to announce the clash says Whyte will be defending his WBC silver title, with Whyte being quoted as saying, "I can't wait. I hate Lucas Browne and I want to hurt him. He said some nasty things and he's going to have to pay for them. I don't think he really wanted this fight. A deal was in place before, then he started to try and change the terms. He kept delaying things after we gave in to his demands and started saying there was a fight in America he was chasing. We bent over backwards, and up until now he's been more interested in making excuses than taking the fight. It's been frustrating, but we've finally got over the hill. So let's go." He's a big guy with an unbeaten record, so you have to rate him a bit. He carries some power. You have to respect heavyweight power. It only takes one punch. I'm not overlooking Browne. I'm focused on going to town on him. If I don't knock him out, I will not be happy. The plan is to beat Browne and move closer to a world title shot. Beating him should make me a mandatory challenger for a world title. I'm highly ranked across the board. I'll be a more than credible world title challenger. I've been building my way up, so we're set for a big year. Lucas Browne, meanwhile, he is quoted as saying, "I'm genuinely looking forward to coming over to the UK again and bashing Dillian. If Helenius and Derek Chisora can hurt him, wait until he feels how I hit. I don't like anything about him. He's a loudmouth and I want to take his head off. I have absolutely no fears about coming to London and facing Dillian. After you go to Chechnya to fight, nothing else compares. I fought in England 5 times already and love fighting there. I know if I stop Whyte impressively, I'll be getting another world title shot." Browne's manager, Matt Clark, he's quoted as saying, "Lucas has an incredible fan base in the UK and Ireland. You'll never see him turn down an autograph or a photo with fight fans, and consequently, he gets a lot of support. His social media is full of messages begging him to knock Whyte out, and that's exactly what he plans on doing. Knock out Whyte and then challenge for a world title. That's our plan." So Eddie Hearn, Dillian Whyte's promoter, he added, "This is going to be an electric fight that I'm very happy to be finally getting over the line. There is no love lost between them, and it's a fight that is very important to the world heavyweight landscape. These two can't stand each other, and I think that's when you get the best out of Dillian. This is the high-profile fight that he has been craving now for some time. He is the #1 challenger with the WBC and ranked highly with every other governing body. Win this and it's a world title shot next for Dillian." So tickets for this one, it says at the end, will go on sale next week, and a full announcement, so that would be the first press conference, that is to come. Clearly no love lost between these two guys, and that really is an understatement there. Eddie Hearn, he is right when he says this is important for the heavyweight division for its landscape. A win for Dillian Whyte, it will definitely solidify his place at the top of the WBC rankings and push his cause to be made the mandatory challenger to Deontay Wilder's WBC belt. And he is rated highly across the others, so it could do something there as well. I guess many would agree that if he can get a win over Browne. Having, since his loss to Anthony Joshua in 2015, he's come back. He would have beaten Chisora, Helenius, and then Browne. I think most would agree that actually that's pretty good work, and in the heavyweight division, that would be deserving of a title shot. And a win could also very well make him a viable option for Anthony Joshua at some point. And let's face it, a rematch is probably likely, belts or no belts, between the two. There is a simmering rivalry between the two matchroom fighters. They don't like each other. Joshua won the first time around. Whyte would like some revenge. And if Whyte keeps winning, I'm sure Eddie Hearn, he will look to pair his two top heavyweights together again, and it keeps all the money in-house as well. For Browne, who currently has a ranking of 11 in the WBC, it would definitely kickstart his career again, which did falter after 2 PED-related incidents in 2016. He's only actually had one bout since then, and that was against a journeyman, Matthew Greer, the walking heavy bag. And this is the sort of opportunity Browne, he has been waiting for, and it would catapult him back into title contention. For Browne, I'm not sure if it would take him straight to a title next. I think maybe there would be another fight for him. But definitely for Whyte, he would be a step closer, and his credentials would be strong for a title shot next. As for who I think would win, now this is a tough one. I've previously said, and this was sort of in late 2017 when we were sort of talking about this, that I would favour Browne slightly because of his power. But I've really been thinking about this in the last few weeks, and I've really been ebbing on it sort of one way or the other. So I'm kind of, Whyte, he's the younger man by almost a decade. He's really been committed in the gym recently to his training. He posts regularly on social media to prove it. Some of the clips running in the background here. And in general, he has been improving in the ring. He hasn't always been perfect. I mean, most boxers aren't. And he was a bit sloppy in the ring against Robert Helenius. But in the context of that situation, he was dominating and winning almost all of the rounds. I could very well see him controlling his matchup with Browne for large stretches. But then I think Browne, he's also been training hard and seemingly in the best shape of his career. This is one thing that has been a little bit of a knock on Lucas Browne in the past. Maybe his conditioning hasn't been the best. He posts almost daily on social media about his training, and it's been clear he has been working hard. So he could very well go into March 24th in the best shape of his career. And we can't forget one thing about Lucas Browne. He may not be the best boxer in the world, but he's definitely got some of the heaviest hands. He's got really good power, and it has got him out of a jam before. Just think against Chagayev. He had been down on the mat and he'd been getting dominated by an older and out-of-shape Chagayev, but then he floored him late on, and that's where he won his WBA title. Obviously, the PED situation sort of put pay to that, but he's an undefeated heavyweight with heavy hands, so who knows what could happen. But on the other side of that coin as well, Browne, he's proved he can be hurt. He can go down, he can be put down, and he can generally be outboxed. Even against some lower opposition previously in his career, he's been outboxed by them for stretches of time. Guys you would have thought actually he should be dominating. But his hands, his power, it's got him out of trouble. So I'm really thinking, for me at this point, I'm going to have to just keep thinking on it. It's a 50-50 clash. Both guys have some very good attributes. Both guys have a good case that they can win this and win it well. It is a good heavyweight matchup. It's good for the heavyweight division. And for both guys, a lot is really on the line in terms of their respective careers. For Whyte, it could take him straight to a title next. For Lucas Browne, it really puts him back in the conversation. What do you make of it? Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.
Basically just working out hard and showing some love to all the UK fans, to all the haters. You can eat one. Keep the pump going. Just muscle fatigue, whatever the word is I'm looking for. Quite tiring. about the flaws.